And so we return to the great journeys of Lex Luthor as he saves all that is time, space, and the continuum.
Yes, so, welcome to our next recording session of Mass Effect.
Prepare to be disappointed!
Okay, we already did that joke first.
It's not a joke, it's a statement. At this point.
Anywho, so yeah, this is GH&R.
Shady glasses.
And Robinson Crusoe.
Yes, and so, where we left off, Pi Shepard had just saved Eden Prime, but discovered a terrible vision of death and destruction. And now he has arrived in the mystical hub of the galactic civilization.
Awesome, gigantic ship of awesomeness.
It's not a ship, space station.
Screw.
How can a space station have its own atmosphere? Well, it's possible, but it seems like too much of a bitch.
How nice of you. Okay, so, a thing I should have gotten into, during the previous parts is, weapon mods and switching weapons. Basically one of the most tedious things in all of Mass Effect. So, you can upgrade weapons and such like that. Shut up, James, stop counting that. Alright, so the way to tell if a weapon is better or not, and I hope all you colorblind folk are listening to this, is if red, that means bad. This greenish yellow means better, and green means it's equal to it. So, going to the mods, there are two kinds of mods. Weapons mods and ammo mods. Ammo mods help you damn it!
As you can tell, this was not scripted.
Okay, for you who don't know, we had a failed recording, and in the recording I stated that every time that Neil says basically, take a shot. And during the recording he said basically about 10 times.
Oh, that will be
so
the
you'd be
best
drunk
shot.
off yes.
Yeah.
He's only up to 3 or 4.
Okay, weapons. So far I have like combat sensor that is like can help you detect enemies better, and armor piercing rounds. It just helps you take down certain kinds of enemies, like organics or synthetics, like the Geth or something.
Situational weaponry, pretty much.
Yes. Or you can do like fire, poison, and stuff like that.
Is
Like
there
a
an alternate
ninja.
weapon in this
Space
game?
ninja.
No, I don't think so.
Space ninja saving the day.
Indeed.
Yeah, space
Kind of
ninja.
runs weird.
In the future, we don't have legs.
These big, huge guys.
The Elcor, they have the best speaking patterns in all the galaxy. Basically, they say their emotion because they have, like, basically no emotion in their voices. Like, so, like, say if I was being angry at you and I was an Elcor, I'd be like, angry, Nitish, what are you doing?
Wow.
What?
Whatever.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark.
See.
Don't be so
Put your
rude.
fucking hand down.
At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Investigation time.
Yeah.
What do you want to ask him about?
Why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
And he was such a nice fellow.
Sounds
In
bored.
this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
By pesky humans, I know the feeling.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Volus basically referred to those who they have no knowledge of as where they are born. So we humans are born on Earth, so they call us Earth Clan. For the Turians, they would call them Palaven Clan,
Makes sense.
and so on.
Planet followed by clan.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the city
Shut up.
shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the council.
Yeah, so basically, the Volus were instrumental in setting up the galactic economy and have one of the largest economies in Citadel space. As well, if you're wondering why they wear suits, they were born, I believe, in a greenhouse gas environment, so they can't breathe oxygen-based atmospheres like the Citadel, so they have to wear those special suits. Otherwise, they would explode.
That wouldn't be good.
Kind of opposed. to
Oh, I would love to see that.
I think you should go now.
I should go.
And murder your
Tell me
family.
about
You
Volus.
clicked on the wrong thing.
No,
We are
culture.
tribal by
I don't care
nature,
about the
but
culture.
our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status.
Sounds charming.
Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Yeah, so the Volus sell their service to the Turians because obviously the Turians aren't very good negotiators in terms of economy, so they were absorbed into the Turian.
You should get some fight in this episode.
Too bad the hub world equals no stuff.
Okay, I think we're done here.
One
What
second.
is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
He's getting angry.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Oh no, he
Yes,
might
yes.
pop a suit
Good day,
gasket.
Earth Clan.
And what will we do? Yay, now we get to talk to the Elcor ambassador!
Please greeting. Human, it is always good to
One
see
more
you
person
around.
after this, then we can
I
go.
am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for
This
you?
will be
this
another
day?
Thompson
Yes.
episode.
Yes, please sell me some of your species' vocal cords. I could really use some of those.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Well, they just talked to
A
you.
forceful response,
The
Jim.
game doesn't recognize
We
that.
don't truly believe that. And if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
History.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, so we are always welcoming to outsiders.
Yes, I really want to give a hug to these guys.
Very stable.
It'd be fun.
Our people are not very comfortable with
I
sudden
don't think
changes.
our arms will be able to fit around him.
I'll just hang on his head.
Okay, am I the only one who's lost interest?
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work
James,
to bring the
this is
problems
Mass
and the
Effect.
requests
Prepare for a
of the
lot of
Elcor
fucking
group to
dialogue.
the attention of the council.
They only give us these
Yes, but then the
positions
game
to keep us
resents you
quiet.
for it.
The council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Dan. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Nope, I was on the ship that killed his father.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to
What?
you human.
What's that thing?
Enjoy
Or
your
person.
time
I'll
on
explain
the
once he's done
Citadel.
talking. So, the Citadel is basically maintained by a species of organic beings called the Keepers. No one really knows anything about these Keepers, and anyone who attempts to study them, the Keeper automatically explodes. Hello, you're so cute.
Is he gonna
Can I take you
explode?
home?
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
No, no, no. Oh, I can't shoot.
Shoot the ambassadors.
No, I can't do anything.
Throw an explosive
Okay,
near
well-
them? What would happen then? Have you tried that?
Where the guys are falling.
No, it doesn't work.
No, right below their feet or something. Or do you have to automatically lock on before shooting?
Okay, so one more person to talk to, then we'll head to the Presidium, which is where we're supposed to go.
Presidium.
Actually, wait, no, two people, my bad.
Sounds like a fake medal from action.
Well, do you want to expect you want to know what happened in the universe, or you just want to be totally blind? Because I don't feel like answering your question for 5 seconds. Like, oh, what's that thing? Or, oh, what's that?
This is a first-person shooter.
Then I won't
It's
ask.
third person.
Hey, Cortana.
No, no.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your
Yeah, call you
virtual
from
guide
time.
throughout
I'm not
this
pleased
level
to
of the
meet
Citadel
you.
Space Station.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC.
I already
Individuals
don't
from
like him.
virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been
Basically,
added.
Reverend Jesus was
The
alive.
most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Since she's a VI, I don't think I should probably get her opinion. Just probably some bullshit like, well, I'm an artificial
Kill it
intelligence.
with fire. Just kill it with
How
fire.
come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Yeah, somehow I don't think the Volus are capable of much military action. Probably could chop block me in the knees, but that's about it.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please
Yep,
submit
it has.
formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels.
Basically,
In
they're
this role,
Jedi.
they are granted extraterritorial rights and
Except they don't have the
jurisdictions.
Force.
Spectres answer to no law
Oh,
or
there's something about
authority except the Council
lightsabers we want to
itself.
talk about.
Fine.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space.
Oh, sorry. Asked this
Since
already.
then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure...
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you.
Yes,
for
that
your
was
convenience.
totally
Please enjoy your
interesting.
visit to the Citadel.
Me.
You're the one that chose to do it. But on a completely different. You know Rooster Teeth podcast?
Yes.
They had two interesting things about Star Wars that they said.
Yes, you told me one of those, I think.
The ability to see shots.
Yes.
Like, okay, and there's a second thing, which is actually pretty interesting.
What?
Bernie, when he was younger, thought that, like, the key thing about the lightsaber, it was powered by the Force. Do you think that'd be cooler than what
Well,
actually
no, see, the
I know
the
it's-
original Jedi
Yeah.
powered swords using the Force.
Yeah, I know that, but, like, they said it would be cooler if they continued doing that in the story, because, you know, it's just... Like,
Did it.
that means, like, not anybody could just use a lightsaber.
Yay, I found something.
Which would make
Not
it-
sure what, though.
We found Omniac's music.
I have a feeling you're a bad person. But
Now you hate.
but your badass armor says otherwise.
I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Selena send you?
I go where I want.
Nobody sends me anywhere. I just need some information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression? Never mind. Forget I asked.
Ugh, forget I listened.
Something you need.
Why does everyone speak English?
Translators.
Just like in what was it?
What?
Just like in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it.
I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
Fine, let's skip everything else.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
Well, aren't you just
I'll be
annoying?
going.
You do make it a habit of giving out free guns, though.
Ooh, guns. So if you want to travel around the Citadel, because that's what we're about to do. Awkward pause. Just look for these things called Citadel Rapid Transit. Should give up the units menu, and then you can go to anywhere in the Citadel where you found these posts. So we have to go to the Citadel Tower to talk to the Council, so